This is Sam Katz with Gallery Glass, and I'm here today to speak with artist Jamie Martinez. So, Jamie, can you show me some of the work?
Sure. Over here, I set up, just for reference, my oldest work. Pretty much when I started my first 2, 3 years, 2005, 2007.
And were you in New York when you created this, or were you back in Florida?
I was in New York. I actually moved to LA briefly to try to start fresh as an artist there, and ended up not liking it as much and missing New York dearly. So I came back and worked on these.
Who is the subject? Did you work with real life models, or were you pulling from your own imagination?
These are real life models. This one, especially that you're looking at, is an Italian ballerina in which she came over and I took over 500 photos of her in different poses. I like that my work is so structured and stiff that she gave me, uh, she made it, she made it easy to cut. I like to cut my work into triangles.
Well, it's interesting, right? So you're very well known for your work in triangles, and it's so interesting because I've personally never before seen portraiture with so many triangles or geometric shapes, but seeing it on the canvas feels so natural. Like that's exactly what the good Lord intended. How does that help your process when doing still lifes or portraiture?
Well, it just, the way it is usually I start and do a normal, just like a normal painting. And then I just try to stiffen the lines. Really, pretty much what computers do now.
Yeah.
When you do anything, when you try to generate anything in 3D, you got to pretty much use polygons, which are really triangles, if you break them down into their primary form. So anything can be accomplished. The question is, do you want to make with a million triangles or not as many? I'd rather do not as many so you can see them better.
A little bit more minimal.
Yeah, exactly. And it is, the point is about the triangles, meaning that it's structure. Anything that you need to build with structure, you have to do it with triangles. If you want to build a Statue of Liberty, you have to do it with triangles from the bottom up, and then the outside comes.
And I see that you did some collage work as well.
Yeah, this is so short pieces I did, a couple of them only. Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Italy, Occupy Spain.
Wow.
With the photos from people in each country.
What inspired you to capture the movement? Were you a part of it, or were you just touched by what you saw in the news?
I doesn't necessarily feel everything about how I feel about society and what was happening, but it did find very interesting because it could have been a really big movement, and it was for a little bit.
Yes.
A lot of people were following it, so I thought it should be expressed.
Show me some of your newer work.
My newer work is starting with here. I'm working a lot with, once again, always triangles. Either I'm cutting or building. It's kind of like an engine. I like to take an engine apart and then put it back with triangles. And it should work the same or close to it.
What material is this?
This is plexiglass on the bottom. And then this is polycarb with a Fresnel lens printed on the inside part of it. Fresnel lens is with a magnifying glass.
Wow. I imagine when this is held in the light, it really makes a magnificent difference.
It does make a difference.
Wow.
So this is also another way just to grab something normal and cut it. Same picture.
Do you often lay it on top of photography when you do the sculptural work?
Now I'm starting to do that because sometimes paintings take forever.
Yes, of course.
So I do want to express myself quicker and better and faster sometimes.
And what are these?
These are cages. Same thing. The whole point of this is for you to be kind of like intrigued to see what's inside, and then when you get close, it's automatically.
There's almost something religious about it. For me, while I'm not Catholic, it reminds me of the priest's booth, which is really a very intimate experience. And then of course here with the light behind it, it really
that is a puffer.
Brings out the triangles.
Yeah, so it's a puffer fish. Also, again, I just liked the puffer fish because of the self-defense mechanism and how important that is, especially for a lot of people. Artists, New York is tough. You got to kind of be strong, and
the colors alone really help create this really well-rounded piece too.
Yeah, especially also it's a round piece, which is my enemy.
Right.
But we're going to conquer that. We have already. So also on these next to them are pure water. This is clear plexiglass with blue liquid. You can see it here, and you can actually see the bubble.
So how did you create this?
These are sealed. I grabbed plexiglass, had it made. I did some proofs myself, and I'll show you these. They're a little rough, but professionally, I had to get these made just because they look so much better.
And what is the red one? It is also
Yeah,
dyed water?
water with coloring, and this one is actually heavy.
It's so cool, and they work really well together.
Yeah.
Wow.
These are X-rays. This is a tough collection for me because I believe last year, half of the first 6 months of the year, I broke quite a bit of bottom bones. So all of these are broken bones. These
Are these your own X-rays?
yeah, two broken ribs here. I cracked my head skull here. You can't really see it because it's so dark. I cracked that here. So I figured I'd put it together. I did a whole bunch of these. Here's the head with a clear one, same head.
Dare I ask what happened?
Yeah. This one I don't remember, but most of them, I fell. One of them, I lost my keys and I was trying to climb my fire escape and I fell.
Danger surrounds
These
you.
are actual string, so it's string on the actual X-ray.
I think there's something really interesting about this, though it's not often associated with the human form. You've really found a unique way to intersect these two things.
Yeah, and I also like the string because it's kind of with the X-ray, kind of like goes with it. I mean, goes with it visually. Because I try to do a whole bunch of stuff, and once I used the string, I was like, yes, this is it. So it's the same thing with the string here.
Oh, that's very
It's
interesting.
it's a photograph. This is 46th Street or something like that around, and then to show you how it works.
Oh, so you've sewn it in.
Yeah, pretty much anything that I do with the paintings is the same thing where you just grab points and connect the dots. Same with computer graphics, which is what everybody's doing now. 3D modeling.
How did you create this really intricate mirror piece? This must have taken quite a bit of time.
Yeah, this is actually the same thing that's in here image, except some on the outside just because I couldn't fit them the way they were angled. But once you get rid of the first ones, this is pretty much the same image. And the reason I like this is because the way I looked at it, instead of doing a whole bunch of self-portraits of other people, I could do something like this, and once they look in the mirror, they break themselves. So it could be used infinitely.
Is this you?
No, that is, the weird part about this is this. This is, I just did an installation on Union Square Thursday with these ones. This is all my work, same thing. This is this piece printed on there.
Oh, wow.
And they're relaunching the brand. They use my artwork to pretty much promote the brand. And then obviously it was part of the amazing installation. It was beautiful.
That is beautiful. The scale is
Yeah,
incredible.
big balloons. I took all over the north of Union Square.
Do you like working in larger, more installation public-based
Yeah,
pieces?
I would love to, just never get the chance.
Well, we'll see. So, do you always capture the same subject? Is this the same person?
Apollo. This is a young Apollo. The reason to see this is I will show you an easier way. It's like a trick that only camera can usually see unless you step extremely far away. As you can see, to explain this, these are I consider this 320 single paintings. These are single paintings glued together. Together they make 640 triangles, make the image. But to see the image, you have to see it through a camera.
Oh, wow, yes.
You don't see it and if you back up further, you'll see it even better.
So it's interesting, you do these really intricate, beautiful, obviously very labor-intensive pieces, but then I see over here you have minimal and you just allow it to focus on the shape, which I love. I think it's really strong. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Yeah, these are just exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm not really copying them because everybody knows the Egyptians did it first. They are the masters. They're the reason why probably through my whole life and work, I'll get somewhere to find out where they were, which is the power of the triangle, the reason they used it, in the form itself.
So I think the question begs, why triangles? What do they mean to you?
Well, to me, I'm a third child. So I started, with my family. I think everything works best in threes. I think 4 is confusing and 2 is 50-50. 3 breaks it up. And from then on, just the shapes.
It's the magic number.
Yeah. And from then on, I started putting it slowly into my artwork, this is some of the old stuff. Really I took everything away and just did the triangles. But eventually, if you can connect the dots yourself, they're all there. You can just go by dots.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah. So it's something that sometimes I wish I went back and did, but I don't go back and touch artwork because now, like you can see in 3D modeling, it's all broken. It's there. This is what computers do. So we kind of also want to, let technology do its thing also. But yeah, everything's there usually by points. So you connect the points and you get the primary. You can do polygons, but really polygons are also triangles. You just got to connect them fast.
So what do you think is next for you?
Right now, I am focusing on these multi-pieces and the mirrors. I love the mirrors. I think because of the depth that it gives, also it brings you into the art. I like that. I like how people can look.
It's very participatory, yes.
Yeah, one of these would be nice. I would have an image to do. Maybe something like this, a small even gallery or something where I could just blast or everywhere, and then whatever you do, it will all reflect on each other, cut it into triangles over and over and over.
That's great. All right. Thank you, Jamie. This is Sam Katz with Gallery Glass. Now give us a kiss.